Spotlight.
Good evening, listeners. Welcome to today's Spotlight. I'm Sarabjeet Kaur, and today we will be discussing about Somnath Swabhiman Parv, celebration of India's indomitable spirit. India is a civilization that has endured the tests of time, rising, rebuilding and renewing itself with unshakable resolve. One of the most powerful symbols of this spirit stands on the shores of Gujarat, the sacred Somnath temple, a living testimony to resilience, faith and national self-respect. The Somnath Swabhiman Parv is not merely a commemoration. It is a celebration of India's indomitable spirit, of a culture that refused to be erased, and of a nation that rose stronger after every challenge. To understand this better, we have with us today Mr. Ashok Tandon, political analyst. Mr. Tandon, welcome to the discussion.
Thank you.
Mr. Tandon, at the outset, to set the tone of the discussion, we'd like to know from you what exactly is the Somnath Swabhiman Parv and why is it described as a celebration of India's indomitable spirit?
As we know, Somnath Swabhiman Parv is being observed from 8th to 11th of January 2026, and it marks 1,000 years since the first recorded attack on Somnath temple took place by Mahmud Ghazni. Now, 75 years of its post-independence reconstruction, we are observing that. When it was complete and it was open for the public, we will be observing 75 years next year. Actually, Somnath stands as the first Jyotirlinga, symbolizing India's unbroken spiritual continuity. And this initiative has come from the Prime Minister because nobody would have remembered what exactly happened in January 1,000 years ago. But the Prime Minister did remember it, and then he decided to observe it as a Somnath Swabhiman Parv, because this temple exemplifies sustainability and women empowerment alongside cultural revival initiative of India. And if I may add, this particular Jyotirlinga, Somnath Adi Jyotirlinga, it ushers in a golden age now, because for the last 11 years, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been taking all sorts of initiatives to revive India's cultural heritage and educate the younger generation about India's past heritage, cultural and all the history we have. And if I may add, 95 lakh devotees visit Somnath's Jyotirling annually. And Mahashivratri in 2025, 3.5 lakh people worshipped there. So it becomes a global gateway with 4-lane highway, Sabarmati, Vande Bharat, etc. All these links are there for the people to travel to this temple, and it ranks in India's top 10 most searched destinations as well. And if I may add, the Somnath story is not merely about a temple, but about the unbreakable courage of countless children of Bharat Mata who safeguarded the nation's culture and civilization. So this is how the whole thing has started, and it's going to be a year-long celebration at the Somnath temple.
Yes, Mr. Tandon, you touched upon quite a few important aspects. You spoke about women empowerment, cultural revival, footfall to the temple, connectivity. Before we go any further in the discussion, let's go just a little back and understand what's the history behind the Somnath temple. And let's first hear what the Prime Minister had to say about this.
सन 1026 में सबसे पहले गजनी ने सोमनाथ मंदिर को तोड़ा। 12वीं शताब्दी में राजा कुमारपाल ने मंदिर का भव्य जीर्णोद्धार करा दिया था। लेकिन 13वीं शताब्दी के अंत में अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने सोमनाथ पर फिर आक्रमण का दुस्साहस कर दिया। इसके बाद 14वीं शताब्दी की शुरुआत में जूनागढ़ के राजा द्वारा फिर से सोमनाथ की प्रतिष्ठा संपन्न कर दी गई। 15वीं शताब्दी में सुल्तान अहमद शाह ने सोमनाथ मंदिर को दूषित करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन मंदिर पुनः जीवंत हो उठा। 17वीं 18वीं शताब्दी में औरंगजेब का दौर आया। उसके बाद भी अहल्याबाई होलकर ने नए मंदिर की स्थापना कर सोमनाथ को एक बार फिर साकार कर दिया। सोमनाथ का इतिहास विजय और पुनर्निर्माण का है।
Mr. Tandon, taking cue from what the Prime Minister said, in what ways does the rebuilding of Somnath symbolize national self-respect and cultural revival? We'd like to know about the resilience factor here.
The thing is, as the Prime Minister himself has said, the invaders might have destroyed the temple a number of times, but the spirit, it has always been in the minds of people of India. And now the Somnath temple as it stands today, it instills a sense of pride in people's heart and mind. People have never forgotten it because the eternal proclamation of the country's soul and this majestic temple on the western coast of Gujarat. No, this is really revival of India's cultural heritage, which was thought to be destroyed by, series of invaders. So I think the spirit has been now inculcated. It is particularly for the younger generation to understand what exactly India was and how India was thought to be destroyed. So the civilizational spirit of India is thought to be revived through this particular Parv, which now the country is observing.
Well, the Prime Minister also dwelt upon the indomitable spirit. Let's hear what the Prime Minister said.
मैं दुनिया भर के करोड़ों श्रद्धालुओं को सोमनाथ स्वाभिमान पर्व की शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। ये पर्व 1000 साल की यात्रा का पर्व है। साथ ही ये हमारे भारत के अस्तित्व और अभिमान का पर्व है, क्योंकि हमें हर कदम पर, हर मुकाम पर सोमनाथ और भारत में अनोखी समानताएं दिखती है। जैसे सोमनाथ को नष्ट करने के एक नहीं अनेकों प्रयास हुए, उसी तरह भारत को खत्म करने की लगातार कोशिशें होती रही, लेकिन न सोमनाथ नष्ट हुआ और न ही भारत नष्ट हुआ।
Mr. Tandon, can such cultural commemorations strengthen India's soft power globally? Can Somnath Swabhiman Parv be seen as a reminder that India's strength lies in continuity, not just change? What's your take on this?
Yes, of course, because as we know, now features among India's top 10 most searched destinations, and the people from all over the world, they particularly people of Indian origin, they come and visit it. So that is our soft power, because India's spiritualism is now spreading. Like yoga has now been recognized by the United Nations. Indian culture, cultural heritage is now becoming popular even among other countries, including yoga is observed even in Islamic countries. So that makes India's cultural heritage as a soft power, and now the whole world is recognizing it. Particularly in this context, if I may say, the attractions at Somnath, it's amazing to learn that with 1,666 gold-plated kalasha at the Shikhar and 14,200 dhwajas reflecting the perseverance, faith and artistry of 3 generations. So, the Somnath now shines in devotion and grandeur. So as I said, almost 1 crore people visit it every year. I think you are very right in saying it is emerging India's cultural heritage, and our all the spiritual pilgrimage centers, they are really becoming India's soft power.
Let's also hear what the Prime Minister said about the cultural heritage of the country.
सोमनाथ स्वाभिमान पर्व हमें इस अवसर को अपने अस्तित्व और पहचान को सशक्त करने के लिए उपयोग करना है। आप भी देखते हैं, अगर कहीं किसी देश के पास कुछ 100 साल पुरानी विरासत होती है, वो देश उसे अपनी पहचान बनाकर दुनिया के सामने प्रस्तुत करता है। वहीं भारत के पास सोमनाथ जैसे हजारों साल पुराने पुण्य स्थान है। ये स्थान हमारे सामर्थ्य, प्रतिरोध और परंपरा के पर्याय रहे।
As we mentioned right in the start of the discussion, Somnath has emerged as a strong center of women empowerment. A large number of women are involved in a variety of services: temple dining, prasad distribution. In fact, the Bilwa Van is being managed entirely by women. Mr. Tandon, what does this indicate in your view?
Women play a central role at the Somnath Shrine. The Somnath Temple Trust employs 262 women among total 906 employees. And in total, around 363 women get employment, generating about rupees 9 crore annually through the temple. Now, this speaks volumes of how women empowerment is being, taken care of at the Somnath Shrine. So, I think another feature which, if I may add, is that Somnath was crowned as a Swachh iconic place in 2018. So, it was a recognition that reflects the temple's commitment to sustainability and innovation. Now, waste segregation centers now convert temples' flowers into, these things, 1,700 Belva trees across 3 sacred sites. This is exactly what the Prime Minister has taken the initiative. His mission of LIFFE initiative, plastic waste is transformed into, blocks. Around 4,700 plastic fly ash blocks are being introduced. Now, how the religious places, the spiritual places are also now being converted into centers of sustainability. And if I may add, although it may sound a bit strange, that 6 rainwater harvesting wells and a reservoir storing 62 lakh, that treats nearly 30 lakh liters of sewage water each month, feeding, afforestation and greening projects. 8 sewage treatment plants with rupee 160 lakh invested was 2019 and 20. So this is how things are improving now at all the centers, particularly the Somnath Shrine is now stands as an embodiment of India's cultural heritage in the modern context also.
Yes, Mr. Tandon, you very rightly said. Interestingly, the Somnath temple is not only about religion and belief, but has also adopted innovative sustainability practices. Mr. Tandon, the upgraded connectivity to this temple has made the journey more easier and comfortable for pilgrims. If we were to talk about the Jetpur Somnath 4-lane highway, the Sabarmati Veraval Vande Bharat Express, Keshod and Rajkot airports, what's your view on this with reference to infrastructure advancement in the country?
So the infrastructure in the last 11 years, as you are also mentioning, is now there is improvement, and also a lot of things have happened, not only in terms of national highways, but also air connectivity, rail connectivity, and a series of Vande Bharat trains you are also mentioning. So journey to Somnath now is easier and more comfortable. As you said, the 4-lane highway, 828 crore project. This was the 4-laning, now offers express efficiency. And the Sabarmati Veraval Vande Bharat Express has shortened the journey from Ahmedabad to Somnath into a semi-high-speed commute. Keshod Airport, once a relic of 2000, now reopened in 2022. And the Rajkot International Airport, inaugurated in 2023, has turned Somnath into a global gateway. And that is why Indian origin people from all over the world, including Westerners, tourists, pilgrimages, now are visiting Somnath and all other pilgrimage centers also in India.
Mr. Tandon, we'll also like to know from you, in an era of globalization, why is asserting cultural self-confidence so important for a nation like India? And how does this Parv align with the broader vision of Vikasit Bharat at 2047?
If I may add, an IIT Kanpur study, it estimates it will absorb about 93,000 kilograms of sea carbon dioxide because of 7,200 trees spanning 72,000 square feet. Now, this is how things are improving in Somnath and around that place. This is exactly what it is attracting devotees from all over the world. And this is a new way of projecting India's cultural heritage. And now Somnath is envisioned as a net zero temple. That means there is no emission, there is no carbon dioxide emission, and green belt being developed there.
As we conclude today's discussion on Somnath Swabhiman Parv, one message stands out clearly. India's strength lies not just in its progress, but also in its profound ability to remember, rebuild, and reaffirm its identity. Mr. Ashok Tandon, thank you very much for your valuable insights.
Thank you.
Listeners, you can also listen to this program on our mobile app, News on AIR, and our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.
Spotlight.